some of the most grounding times in my life, the times when I had flower is given all the kisses, when I have had the most clarity, have been when I was at my lowest, in a way, where after I lost my mom, when I was grieving and brought to my knees, when I lost my first Boston Terrier, Roxy, and Sammy, when I have experienced grief, I have had profound clarity of what is really important. And so I want to share with you some wisdom from the book, The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying by Bonnie Ware. Bonnie worked for years in palliative care, and after talking to those who were in fact dying, these were the top 5 regrets that she found they had. And I invite you to really think and reflect on your own life and how you might learn from this now, while hopefully you are not facing death in the immediate future. Regret 1. I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself. How many of us live not true to ourselves because we don't want to be judged, or we don't want to upset those we love, or for some external reason, external validation? But if we can learn from this regret to be true to ourselves and really live in alignment with what we want, we would be so much happier. Regret number 2. I wish I hadn't worked so hard. Wow. I know I can relate to this one. I know so many people who can relate to this one, that work becomes a priority. And it's easy for that to happen when, there are bills to pay and mouths to feed. But maybe we can learn from this regret to be more purposeful with the time we have, and to realize that our time is limited. And so work a little less hard and give that energy to being with ourselves, being with loved ones. Regret number 3. I wish I'd had the courage to express my feelings. And this is super powerful, because we often keep our feelings to ourselves because we don't want to upset someone. We don't want to ruffle the feathers, rock the boat. And so we stay quiet. But when we do that, we are abandoning ourselves. So may we all have the courage to express our feelings. Regret number 4. I wish I'd stayed in touch with my friends. Yeah, that's a pretty big one. And I can relate to this one so much. I've definitely have friends that I've lost touch with completely. I have friends that I am still in touch with, but very sporadically. And then I have friends who I am more frequently in touch with, but not enough. I definitely can feel this one, where I am seeing this as an invitation to prioritize spending quality time with my friends. And then the last regret number 5, I wish I had let myself be happier. How often do we fail to let ourselves be happier, or we think sometime in the future when XYZ happens, that's when I'll be happy? And this has been coming up a lot for me lately, in the sense of not really remembering what makes me happy. I mean, obviously my family makes me happy, my friends, my little sweet doggies. But what do I do for fun? When no one else is there and no one else needs me and it is just me, what do I do for fun? And I enjoy reading, I enjoy creating, I enjoy moving my body in some way, dancing, running, playing tennis, it has been a little reminder to have fun. It's not that serious, or as my stepmom says, it's not that deep. And so I hope that this has helped you. Here's the book for anyone interested. I definitely recommend it. And put in the comments how this has made you feel. What came up for you in this? And also, do you have clarity? Do you find that you have more clarity when you are going through loss of some kind? Does that bring awareness to you and lift a veil that maybe is always there? And don't get me wrong, I am finding clarity in those moments in grief, but it's only a matter of time before they come back, that the veil comes back, and then I lose sight of it. I get caught up in my stories and life and busyness and all the things. But if we remember these things and not be so distracted that we forget, we could have a much happier life. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please follow along.